I've been in the gacha community for a very long time. Like 5 years and technically still counting long. Chances are you don't remember me, or you're a poor fan who's been left in the dark. Either way, hi, I'm Angel. I used to create Gacha Life videos until one day I disappeared off the face of the planet. We've got a lot to talk about today. My goal is to have an honest, down-to-earth discussion about the community and my journey here. And in order to do that, I'm unfortunately going to have to bring up some old dramas and people lots of us would rather forget. I'm not going to go into the details, as there are plenty of videos out there that do a far better job. I also just want to add, this is my first ever time doing a video like this, so please have mercy on me if the audio messes up. So with all the disclaimers out of the way, I want to take you back to the very beginning, when a bunch of kids, including me, first discovered gacha through Gacha Studio. Gacha Studio was the fourth game released by Luname, and is widely considered the starting point of the gacha community. It honestly needs no introduction. It was a massive success due to its storytelling features, especially on YouTube. And if you were on the platform back then, I guarantee you've stumbled across at least one video. Now, the Gacha Studio community was honestly kind of a mess. There was drama everywhere. Creators beefing over friendships, people getting accused of subbotting, and constant callouts for stealing ideas. I still remember the time people accused Rosie Closey of stealing my everything you draw comes to life idea, as if that wasn't the most basic unoriginal thing. But long story short, the community was chaos, just hidden behind a bunch of cute avatars. But either way, I was so proud of myself when I finished my second ever series, Just a Robot. It was clearly inspired by Detroit Become Human, and honestly, it was really bad. I never thought it would blow up, but it did. And with that attention came something I wasn't prepared for: criticism.
It's hysterical just how inept this writer is.
It's pretty terrible. I highly recommend you go check it out.
Two commentary channels, Dumbsville and Just a Robot, made videos about the community. This was during the era of YouTube where being edgy and dunking on kids was considered a morally okay content goldmine.
Gacha Life videos are pretty avoidable for most people, but they're not avoidable for someone like me. Why? Well, it's because of my name, Just a Robot. One of the most popular Gacha Life videos of all time, with over 1 million views, has the word Just a Robot in the title. And hundreds of other gacha videos also use the word Just a Robot in the title. And I think my fanbase is responsible for a big portion of the views on that video.
Just a Robot is a very controversial person in the art commentary community due to his involvement with child groomer Cinebear03. I am not here to talk about that drama, but as you can see from that awfully egotistical sentence, Jar is a bit of an arse. This portion of the video is going to be partially unscripted because of moments like these. Jar truly thinks his name is the reason my video got views.
People ask me if I have any involvement with them or if they're referencing me. And for both answers, it's a no. The closest thing I have done was record a few lines for Dumbsville gacha video. So, the father of the bully character buys his daughter a robot that is worth £1 million. Keep this in mind, he bought it, he didn't build it. Also, the robot doesn't hurt anyone. Yes, it holds a girl down while the bullies attack her, but the robot doesn't actually harm anyone. Yet the dad is arrested for child endangerment.
This is obviously a very juvenile way of thinking, and you can really see my age through these videos. Guys, I need you to remember, I was a child. Dumbsville went more in on my video. He reviewed the entire thing, but for time's sake, I'm only going to take parts of his video I want to discuss. After all, this video isn't just about these two.
This is so over the top, I can barely take it seriously. These are completely one-dimensional bullies, and it's hysterical just how inept this writer is. Like, this writer probably wanted this brutal, sad story, but I've seen stuff like this before in countless other movies and books and everything. You have the stereotypical, preppy, popular girl bully, and then you have her best friend who's just as demonized and one-dimensional. The innocent victim who's just an innocent, shy victim who's a nerd without any actual nerd qualities. She's just shy and therefore that makes her a nerd. These are cliched, bland, one-dimensional characters. And the writing's really fucking flat too. It's only meant to push the story along. There's nothing interesting about it.
This is the last clip I'm going to talk about, and the main reason I'm even bringing this up is because because I want this segment of the video to be a sort of discussion about the internet in general. We all used to be so hard on children. Was Gacha cringe? Yes. But so are all the other fandoms that predominantly have children in it. But it feels like every day the internet is losing child-friendly spaces, and it's unfair. Once again, I'm not hating on these channels, I'm simply using them as a crutch to talk about how children can be bullied online. And as a child, the wave of hate comments I got from this video and many others definitely contributed to my steady decline. And look, they weren't wrong. It was poorly made. But I was 12, I had put so much effort into that video, and hearing adults tear it apart, it really stung. This was the earliest example of toxicity I faced while being a young creator on the platform. And while I'm happy to say that Just a Robot no longer lurks this place, Dumbsville doesn't deserve any hate at all. I've moved on, and he's acknowledged that the video was simply a product of YouTube's time. Please don't send him any hate. I still find it weird that Just a Robot assumed my series name meant that he just had to voice his opinion, because I'm sure you can guess that it wasn't about him at all. But his thumbnail was clever, I'll give him that. Unfortunately, my run-ins with these two were only the beginning of my journey. Some old viewers might remember this back in the day, but I made a friendship Amino for the Gacha community. My goal was to create a space where people could just chill from all the drama, and if my memory serves me correctly, it was super successful. From what I remember, there were 50,000 members, and even one of the contributors to Gacha Life joined. As much as Amino has a bad reputation for grooming, it was a blast. My fondest memories were of me and my mod team making Christmas events and running title shops. I think the worst part about this is that they removed all of my kind of abilities to do anything in here, so I can't even, I don't even want to scroll down. I can't even delete the really old cringe ones, so I'm just gonna blur it. But you can see here, it was just a bunch of scolding, I think. Like, I had some Christmas events, just talking about things that were going on. Honestly, I don't know how I didn't realize that I wrote I'm the creator if this Amino. I don't know how I didn't realize that. But like all good things on the internet, it got complicated. Eventually, I handed over my owner position to a close friend. As a YouTuber who also went to school, I was very busy and needed a break. But soon, the pressure got to them too, which I totally understand. Running an Amino isn't easy, so they passed it off to another mod temporarily. Emphasis on temporarily. But then, when they tried to come back, that mod refused to give the ownership. Apparently, they thought my friend was too unstable, and since I hadn't been super active, they decided that I didn't have any say either. Spoiler alert, I did have a lot to say, and I said it loudly, in public chats, which got me kicked. Yeah, I got booted from my own Amino because I was fighting to take it back. In retrospective, was I being a little too emotional? Sure. But at the time, I felt like everything I built was being taken away from me. So I accepted defeat. I washed my hands of it all, moved on, and didn't look back. Nowadays, the Amino is completely different. It has less people in it and seems to be passed off to a new owner. I used to have an intro and that also seems completely gone. Now all you have is my word and this really old community post about joining the new Amino because the old one was stolen. Once again, please don't send any hate if you manage to find the Amino. This all happened years ago, so there's really no point in making a fuss. It's all water under the bridge and something I feel comfortable enough to share with you guys. Back then, it did affect my mental health in a way. All of the dramas I went through started making me resent the community. After the whole Amino chaos, something surprising happened. I hit what I like to call my golden age. I started pouring everything into my videos, and for a while, it worked. My channel started growing, people were watching, commenting, even YouTubers were reacting to my content. It felt surreal. That's when I started my YouTuber Academy series. And wow, I had so much passion for it. That series felt like the revival of my channel, like I was finally stepping into what I was meant to do. I had ideas lined up, episodes planned, and an amazing, talented team of voice actors who carried the series. Seriously, shout out to you guys. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I had direction. I even had people asking to join the series as starred guests. Yami, for example, voiced the teacher in episode 2, and she did an amazing job. At one point, Len totally wanted to join, but as the situation unfolded with him, I politely declined the offer. However, as the momentum continued, behind the scenes, things started to become rocky. No one really knew it, but during that time, I was dealing with the worst mental health struggles I've ever had. For context, my secondary school life was horrible. I was constantly bullied by a group of girls my headmaster seemed adamant in protecting. I had also fallen out with my only friends at the time, and felt like I didn't belong anywhere. This is no exaggeration. I spent all of my lunches alone in the art department of my school, sick with anxiety and loneliness. I found escapism in mindlessly playing video games, and working on my channel eventually got harder and harder to do. I'd go to school counselors because I had no energy, no motivation, and I couldn't keep up with anything anymore. So I left without a word. I logged off everything I had and isolated myself for a long time. A part of me has always regretted leaving YouTube. That guilt, 4 years later, still doesn't just go away. I carry it with me, even now. I feel like I abandoned something I love. And worse, I left without a word. My fans confused. My projects halted just like that. I never stopped creating though. Maybe it was me growing up with YouTube that instilled this drive to create, but I drew almost every day. I tried everything to fill the void. Art accounts, edit pages, random projects on every type of media platform you can think of, and I had fun. None of it ever truly satisfied that feeling though. That spark I used to get from making YouTube videos, nothing else could replace it. I love creating, I love storytelling, and I love connecting with people through art and media. That passion is what's driving me forward even now. I've grown, I've learnt, and now I'm finally ready to come back. So today I want to officially announce my return to this channel, but this time I'm doing it with clarity and direction. I want to create art, anime, and media related commentary videos. I might even do some deep dives here and there. Overall, I don't want to abandon this channel. I understand that a lot of you didn't subscribe for this content, and I get it if you want to unsubscribe. I'm willing to fight against the algorithm to carve a spot for myself in this wonderful platform. Subscribe, unsubscribe, regardless of what you decide to do. Thank you all so much for being there for me. So here's to new stories, new videos, and a new chapter, one I hope you'll all be a part of. Thank you for watching.